welcome you on the South Asian Vision TV program as we are doing interviews with the different candidates in the different area. So today we have Pat Fortini with us. Pat, welcome to you.
Thank you for having me here.
Pat, I know that you are running in the Ward 7 and 8 and you ran last time too. Why are you thinking that you're running again?
Well, I ran last election. I know it was going to be hard to beat Sandra Haynes. She was a great lady, but I figured we need some change. So, I did very well last election, and everybody saw me, you got to run again. You got to run again. So making all these changes, and I think, the people in our area deserve more representation, I think, and big change. And the big change is mostly on trying to get a university, working on jobs.
We'll talk to your platform a little bit later in the show. Please tell us yourself what you do and how you get involved in the community. And
Well, I've always worked. I worked for about 28 years, same company, and I always got involved in politics. But when you got kids and other priorities, you cannot get involved. 8 years ago, when I kind of retired, I decided to run. And in the community, I do a lot of work for charitable kids and sponsor baseball teams and hockey teams. I help in North Bramley United Church, Salvation Army, and you got to get engaged with and get the public involved. So going to the church and stuff, everybody saw me. You got to run again, and so I decided to, I did good last time, and I was very surprised at the support I got. So I decided to run again to make the good change and hoping to represent everybody in an honest way.
Okay, there are so many things happening in the city hall from last 3-4 years, and even before that, because in the last election I was involved with the mayor because we put our candidate as a mayor, and we brought almost this step whatever is happening right now at that time, but we couldn't deliver to the public. This time it has been delivered to the public, and the public is looking at it. What do you want to say about that one before we go to your platform?
Taking people's tax money for granted is no good. What's not yours, you shouldn't touch. The way I see it is. And now they're under all criminal investigation. So it's gone to OPP. And if they get convicted, everybody deserves what they get. I think it's dishonesty.
The auditors came, and in audit everything says that everything is clear that how much money they have spent extra taxpayers' money. But our mayor is still denying that one. Why you want to say that? What do you want to say there?
Going back when the auditors, she was the one, our mayor said that she wanted to have it done before the election. The auditors found 266 violations. Now, even if it's not 266, it's 100, you still committed something. That's the way I see it as. Now I think they're just stalling, hoping after the election. People should have the right to know before the elections, before they vote. And I guess now that we're not going to know until after the election, because this will take maybe 5 to 6 months, maybe even a year. And people will be voted back in. And that's what I worry about,
Okay. So tell us yourself now what you want to bring on the table, as Sandra is retiring right now and there's no incumbent in this riding. What you want to bring on the table to serve the people of Ward 7 and 8?
Yeah, we had a great chance for a university. And I think we kind of blew it now, the city staff and these councillors. They wanted to put a university downtown Brampton. Then they're talking about they got 80 acres on McLaughlin and Sandalwood. I don't know where the 80 acres are. My view for a university is they got a Canadian Tires on Bramley Road in Steeles. It's going to be torn down because they're moving to Caledon. You need access to these people. Right across the street, you got Gold Bus, you got Gold Station, you got Zoom Bus. People could commute from Mississauga, Malton, all over, and that's how we get the people, and less traffic. And you have the room. There's close to 50 acres. We had a chance for 3. The provincials came out and said we're giving out 3 universities in Ontario. So all the municipalities had to provide the information. What Brampton did, they nominated our Sheridan College and Centennial. So what ends up happening is they now meet the credentials, and now who knows when we're going to get a chance. We might get a chance for funding in 5 years or 10 years on the road, but we just lost a chance to have one here. Okay. Now, in the last 10 years, 12 years, everybody's saying a university, nobody's done anything about it, and we have a chance now. Now, the people going out promising university, promising jobs, everybody wants. I'm not here to promise anything. The only thing I could do is try 110%, not 100%. We might get a chance in a year or 2 years for funding with the provincial saying, okay, here's your chance. And that's when we got to work hard and try to get in the best we can.
Okay, we are talking to Pat Fortini from Ward 7 and 8. And I always say in my program that please come and vote on for municipal elections, because municipal elections and municipal city is affecting you right from your bedroom to walkway on the road, because you are paying taxes. They have to collect the garbage, they have to clean the snow. There are so many things city is doing. We always get excited for the federal and provincial elections, but municipal elections is very bad. We are getting only 30 to 35% voters who come out and vote. Why you want to put your decisions only for the 35% people who are coming to vote, because they are voting for themselves, not for you. So please come out and vote. This is your democratic right, and exercise your right. Pat, what you want to say on your other platform? What else you have to want to say?
You know, creating jobs, I have always said, is one of the second most important things. I say here, all they do is commute. So to create jobs, I feel if a zoning is zoned for industrial, it should stay that way. What happens is these builders buy the land, industrial, commercial, cheaper, and then they develop it as houses. The city should not make a plan and say, no, we cannot change that zoning. Sooner or later, we'll get the industry and the commercial. Brampton had a population of 600,000. We have about 8,300, 8,400 businesses, between small and big registered. Mississauga, with a 250,000 population more, they got 54,000 businesses. There's a big difference, because Hazel made this 20-year plan saying this is commercial, this is industrial, this is and that's how it stayed. She went out there and fought. Our city did not fight for jobs. And I feel it's a very important, that is one of the most important things.
I think cities always designed for 65 and 35 business and 65 business houses. And Mississauga is following that rule. But in Brampton, this is a sleeping city. And it's almost 90% is housing and 10% is only business. What you have to impress the business people to come to Brampton and open their corporate offices, because we don't have land. Most of the land is defined to the residential people.
That's why I say if you keep it commercial or industrial, they have to come sooner or later. You give them a little bit of tax break. And that's why we're paying a lot of taxes, because the balance, there's too many houses, not enough commercial and fad. And they have to raise the taxes to balance it out. So if you leave it that zoned, it will come sooner or later. It will cause less traffic, people going out to work, and it will bring more jobs. Actually, people could actually start working here instead of just traveling in and out. So zoning.
Okay, how about diverse? I think Brampton is a very diverse community living here. Almost every community is living here, some more, some less. Yeah. How you want to cope with them, and how you want to bring them up?
Well, you know, we got over 100 different communities here, and I think everybody should be treated equal. This is not about community. This is mostly about Brampton. It doesn't matter what culture we are. You know, everybody has their own. But everybody should be treated equal. It doesn't matter if you vote or don't vote or you're a citizen or not, because the other person is not a voter, is not a citizen. He still pays taxes. He still pays the gas. He still has his kids in school. So everybody should be treated equal. I have nothing to say about different cultures. Everybody is an equal person. That's what I see.
Okay, what else do you have to say?
Well, and you know, about my thing is, like, everybody's promising a lot of things. When people promise at the end, I'm fed up at the end when nobody does anything. That's what I'm saying. I could only try not to put 100%, but put 110%. My always strong thing, even last elections, I promised about the university, and I was trying to fight for that. I pushed for the senior free for the buses, and they managed to do it for $1, which was good. Jobs is the second or third one, the most important. And once you get the jobs in and bring it into commercial, it will balance mostly our taxes. And we got to control the overspending at City Hall. Is ridiculous. Everybody with these credit cards. I don't believe anybody should have a credit card. Why? You know, you go to work. I was a supervisor for a company for many years. We had a card. You're allowed so much for breakfast, so much for lunch, so much for dinner and motel. Not that you just go swipe someone's money and you go sleep for $800 in a room or a $500 meal. I think that, you know, you're just taking advantage of the people.
If the discretionary fund Yes, there are some discretionary fund in every level of government, but it shouldn't be reversed that they should spend that discretionary funds from their own pocket, bring the receipt to the city, and city should evaluate it, then pay for it, because those funds are, I think, allocated only for the public service, not for themselves. You agree with that?
I agree because, like I said, when I worked for the company, I did have a card, but sometimes I wanted to have a good dinner. I'm only allowed $8. The difference came out of my paycheck, and bringing the bills is the same thing as having a credit card. They have to have a control saying you're allowed so much of this, so much of that, and so much of that. If you go over, it comes out of your pocket. I also disagree that on $1,000 again, a car allowance. Why would you need $1,000 car allowance? You're going across the city. Who gets a car allowance these days? Not too many people. Meanwhile, they gain $1,000. They buy a vehicle. They put $2,000 down. That's $48,000 at the end of the year. Multiply by 10. That's almost $500,000. Divide by 230,000 homes. You could take $2 off the property tax right there. Like nobody deserves to have a car.
How about because of the bureaucrats who are sitting in the city, they are not checking anything these things, because everybody and the councils who are overspending, they said, oh, did they allow us? What do you want to say on that one?
They should obey the rules. They all said they allow it, but look what happened now. All the rules have been broken. And the way I see this, paying it back does not solve the problem. If I go in a place and I I don't want to say steal because it doesn't sound, I take a suit and then I get caught. What do? I go back and say, I'm sorry, I'll return it or replace it. You committed the crime. If that's the case, our jails would be empty. If they took this money and whatever they did, they spent it or whatever they did with it, which I know. For me, you did something wrong. You should pay it back and pay the consequences. Simple and easy.
Okay, one more thing I want to ask you. It may be applied to you or not. I don't know. You will agree with me or not. When these officials are elected, they are getting paid, and who's paying it? We, public, because we are paying taxes, and all the city is running with the taxes. That's public money. Plus, when they are running in the elections, they ask for donations. What does that mean? You are running on the public money, and after that, getting paid on the public money and cheating on the public money. What do you want to say on that one?
Giving donations, a private person. Okay, you want to help someone out? I can see. I disagree taking money from builders or contractors. They're not a vor. So of course those people in Canada, they're going to get lots of money because they know from the past, and so they start donating $750. A company does not vote. You vote, you pay taxes, and I vote and I pay tax. So if a private person wants to give you $100 or $200 up to $750, that's up to them. But they're a voter. I do disagree from companies giving money thing. Last election, I only received $600 in donation. I spent about $33 out of my pocket. And this election, I got about $3,000 in private. I got no company. Besides one friend of mine, they insisted. And all that, and another 25 to 30 is going to be out of my pocket. I don't expect donations. These guys are city councilors making about $74,000 a year, and they're only taxed 4%. So really, you're making $70,000. I worked for a company 27 years, and I had to go work for it, leave early in the morning, come back late at night to make $100,000. So I got a good pension. So I believe in no money from donations at all.
So basically, you are supporting that you will bring in motion if you got elected that that's a municipal election should be donation free?
It should not be donation. No, only from private. Yes. I don't believe companies should do it because what happens is when I win this election, I know it's going to end up. People send you checks. Once they send you the checks, they're the boss, not you. You don't take the checks. I don't believe in companies. A private wants to help you because you're doing a good thing and they believe in you. I agree. But corporations and companies, none.
Viewers, we are talking to Pat Fortini from Ward 7 and 8 in Brampton. He's running for City Council. He ran last time too, so this is his second time, and we wish him good luck. Pat, what do you want to say at the end?
Well, last election I got over 5,000 votes, pretty close. So I figured that people know who I am. I've been around before. I have an honest name. I'm not there to take anybody's money. What's mine is mine. What's theirs is theirs. And I'm here to see some changes. And I just can't see all these people getting back in. We're going to have about 5 new councillors now, 4 to 5. We're hoping everybody, the same people. So there might, and it may be a different mayor, and there might be some changes. And honesty, and say, transparency, integrity, and most of all, honesty is the main thing. That's all.
Thank you very much, Pat. Viewers, we just appealing you again. Please come and vote because that's your democratic right. Don't lose that right. Don't get excited for the federal and provincial elections. Municipal elections are more important in your life. So please come and vote. We need your support to get right people elected for the city because you know that what's happening in the city. If you will ignore that, it means you want to get stuck with the same people and then cry. Thank you very much. Have a good time. Bye-bye.